I'm going on a trip, and packing as a photographer is not an easy task, so let me explain why and show you also some solutions how you can pack smarter and better as a photographer. Come with me. So here's the thing, when photographers want to go travel, they usually tend to bring all their equipment with them because they always think there might be a one slight moment where we need this piece of gear or we want to edit this piece on the go. So the problem is we end up with a big pile of stuff we need to carry, and it's not only heavy, it's also dangerous because it can get robbed and it can get wet. So it's really a pain in the ass of carrying all this stuff and always having the fear in the mind of getting everything stolen. So I think on my last few trips I developed some smart ideas how to avoid packing too much stuff and how to minimize also the risk to not have the best equipment on you. So I'm gonna share with you 3 ideas how you can minimize your packing and have great photos on your trips. Let's start with the first idea, and this one is pretty obvious, but on the first trips as a photographer you're always gonna make the mistakes of either carrying too much or always missing the equipment you need. So it's important to understand it's okay to sometimes carry too much, and it's okay sometimes to carry the wrong equipment with you. And over time, with more trips going on, you'll probably develop some strategies yourself also how to pack better. But this is a video where I tell you my strategies, so this one is the first. On a lot of trips I was carrying this whole backpack full of stuff and was not very satisfied. Because my back was hurting in the evening, but this is very obvious, that's why I still wanted to mention it. But now the second thing might be a little bit more helpful than the first tip. The second tip is less is more, and this is also a very important lesson in photography in general. But for example, on my recent trip to the Baltic Sea, I had my big Canon R6 with this huge lens on it, and then I also had my little Fuji with a fixed focal length. And during the whole trip I have never touched the Canon. I have only taken pictures with the Fuji, around I think 700 pictures that I've took. And during the whole trip I noticed how little we need as photographers sometimes. So we don't need the whole variety of lenses all the time. So sometimes really one focal length or 2 focal lengths are enough to get the most pictures you take anyways. For example, a good idea to downsize for trips could be using a compact camera like this, or you could for example get a prime lens for your lens, which is the focal length you use anyways the most. And then you have really less equipment to carry, and you don't have to worry about, okay, what lens should I use today? What should I bring on the hike? This makes photography really easy because you don't think about any of this anymore, and it's also helping you packing for your trip. And the last tip is not actually about camera equipment, but some accessories. And for example, on the go I really like to edit my pictures, and for example in the evening go over a few pictures I took and then edit them, share them to my phone, maybe post an Instagram story from the photos. But laptops are very heavy, so I noticed that I'm not doing the heavy editing on the go. I usually just take 5 pictures, 10 pictures and edit them with a preset I have. So I noticed on my trips that carrying a whole laptop that I don't use the full power of is really not smart anymore. So I have another idea for you, is for example to use an iPad or use your iPhone to edit pictures, and you can send them directly via Wi-Fi to your phone, to your iPad. Or what I actually use is this adapter here. It was a cheap €8 adapter for the iPad where I put it in here and then I put the SD card into the iPad and can transfer the files directly. I have Lightroom on here and then I do all the editing, and this iPad is very light, it's not heavy. I also put movies on it for the flight or for the long train rides. So I use it also for other stuff, whereas this laptop stays at home and then I can get home and then edit all the other pictures, all the video material here. But for quick editing, such small things like an iPad or phone are really the yeah, only stuff you will need. I hope those tips help you a little bit for your upcoming photography trip. And if you're still looking for a great camera for your next adventure, check out the video on the Fuji X100F. It's a great compact camera, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye bye.